Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again with another Blu-ray DVD update. It's been about 3 weeks since my last one. I got a lot of stuff here to show you and talk about today. But before I show you the first item up, I gotta get prepared before I review this for you today. I gotta get this, fedora on. I gotta get in the mood. I gotta feel all slick. Wait a minute, this doesn't feel like it's gonna fit. Let me try something else. Hold on. This one might work a little bit better than this one. Let's see. Bah, bah, wah, wah, wah. Yeah, there we go. And the first movie I want to talk about for you guys today is Gangster Squad on Blu-ray, DVD, Ultraviolet digital copy combo pack here. This is the one that stars Josh Brolin and Sean Penn. And it's a gangster movie about Sean Penn's character is trying to take over Los Angeles and do whatever he can to rule the city of Los Angeles. And Josh Brolin's character is a police officer, and Nick Nolte is like the chief of police and tells Josh Brolin to assemble a team, try to flush out Sean Penn's character, like to get the mob up out of Los Angeles. Do whatever you gotta do to get him out of here. And then Josh Brolin, you guys all know and love from the Goonies, who played the older brother in the Goonies, forms this team with like Giovanni Ribisi and a couple other good character actors, and they form this team. One of them is like a surveillance guy that puts devices in people's homes so they can hear what other people are saying, in a different location. And one guy's a quick shot. He can like shoot real quick. It was just a really fun gangster movie. But when I was watching this, every time I saw Sean Penn, for some odd reason, I was thinking of Dick Tracy the whole time. Every time he would pop on screen, he kind of felt like a Dick Tracy character, But the picture quality on this is fantastic. You get a director's commentary on here, a handful of behind the scenes, and some deleted scenes also. So if you guys are a fan of mobster movies, this is just an over-the-top, really fun one. I really did enjoy watching this one. Alright guys, next up is Jack Reacher on Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy, combo pack with a slipcase. Oh yes. This is the movie starring Tom Cruise playing the character of Jack Reacher. He's a military investigator. He's been off the grid for a while, and at the beginning of this movie, there's this one guy that he just goes on a killing rampage and kills 5 people, and Jack Reacher ends up getting called in by the guy that supposedly committed those murders, to help figure out what really happened. And it's pretty much Jack Reacher trying to figure out who committed those murders and why all these murders happened. And I found this movie to be really cool. It's a really fun mystery. There's some action in it. There's not a whole lot of action, but the action you do get is pretty badass. Like Tom Cruise like kicking the crap out of 5 or 6 guys. And in real life that's never really gonna happen. But it was just kind of cool to see Tom Cruise, the little dude, kick so much butt. And there was a really cool car chase throughout this one town. I always love big car chases in movies, like The French Connection. Like that's one of the best car chases ever. But this movie was pretty entertaining. I found myself really enjoying this one. It's more mystery than it is action. So if you're going into it thinking you're gonna see like a big action extravaganza, it's nothing like that. It's more of a mystery. And the cool thing about this Blu-ray here, it comes with a commentary track with Tom Cruise and the director. I don't think I ever really seen Tom Cruise ever do a commentary on any other movie that I've ever seen him in, from what I remember. Because I know Jack Reacher is based on as a character in a book series, which I've never read. I'm not gonna lie, but it was really fun. I highly recommend checking this one out if you guys get a chance to rent it out there. It's a total rental. I don't know if it's like one of those ones that has like a high rewatch value to it, but I was really entertained by it. So that's Jack Reacher on Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy pack. Next up right here is Treasure Chest of Horrors 2. Yeah, this is the horror anthology film that me and Shawn are in. That's available now on Amazon. So it's a cool horror anthology. Me and Shawn appear in 2 of the short films on here, Baby Cakes and the short film Trendish, which I think are really cool to check out, and especially if you want to see, like I said in other videos in the past couple weeks, if you want to see Shawn in a diaper, cool dude in a diaper, you gotta check this one out. It also stars Penthouse Pet Veronica Ricci. I think it's a really fun anthology short film. Some, of course, some of the short films are a little bit better than others. But I really highly recommend it, man. It's on Amazon right now for $9.99. You get some cool special features on here. You get 3 video blogs, like three out and abouts, or 2 out and abouts, but split up into 3 different parts on this DVD here. You know, on the set of Baby Cakes that me and Shawn made. Commentary track over the whole movie and each little short. And no, it's just really, really fun. It's not like, you know, the best made thing on the planet. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you guys want to see us and support us, I think it's fun. You know what I mean? It's fun, stupid, crazy, gory. It's fun. I would check it out. That's Treasure Chest of Horrors 2, now on DVD, baby.
Now, pardon me for coming in for just a moment, but there were quite a few responses to the video request that I watch Mama. So did I? Or did I not? Did I chicken out? Or did I stand up and be strong? What do you think? I watched it! Suckers! Thought I chickened out, right? No, I watched it. And those poor lonely girls in that little cabin all by themselves with no one to help them for 5 long years. Anyway, I thought the movie was pretty cool. I really did. I was surprised. Yes, I screamed a number of times, so you'll be happy to know it caught me by surprise, like I told you I don't like, with the things running right at you or poking out at you. Yep, I screamed. I watched it with my daughter. I squeezed her hand, and she almost screamed because I was squeezing it too tight. There, you satisfied? I watched the movie. Maybe some of you should watch Mama.
Next up right here is Silver Linings Playbook from Anchor Bay. This is the one that won an Academy Award for Jennifer Lawrence's performance in this. It's pretty much about a guy played by Bradley Cooper. He's just being let out of the nut house. He's been in there for like a year or a couple months, something like that. I forgot exactly how long he was in there. And you know, he was in there because something happened with him and his wife, in which you have to come to find out what happens. And he's coming back. He's out of the nut house, and people in the town are kind of like, "Oh my God, he's crazy! Please stay away from me!" Though, you know, and you're kind of like trying to figure out what the hell did he really do that's making everyone in this town, you know, think that he's, you know, absolutely out of his mind. And then he comes across this character played by Jennifer Lawrence. She's kind of bipolar. She's as crazy as he is, and it's them striking up a relationship and him trying to ask her to write a letter to his, get a letter to his wife that he hasn't seen in a while, because Bradley Cooper's character is trying to, get back with his wife. I found this to be really fun. I really like the characters in this. You don't get a lot of movies like this these days with, characters that are like bipolar and absolutely nutty. Kind of like me. I'm not like super crazy, but I'm a little nutty, But it's just kind of cool to see a movie with different, characters. And of course, Robert De Niro is in here playing like a obsessive compulsive kind of guy, like in the guy that played Monk, Tony Shalhoub. He's kind of like that. He's kind of like, having to have his remotes, turned a certain way, and you have to, everything has to be just right for his, his team to win, his sports team to win. He's kind of like obsessed and really kind of crazy too, just like his son. And he's just trying to figure out what's wrong with his son. And I think De Niro's performance in this was very, very good. It's something that, you're not really used to seeing in movies these days, with, really good, deep characters. Oh, and guys, it also stars Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker's in there for like a co-starring role. And he's not like all crazy like how he always is in all of his other movies, like, stay away from me, man. He's not playing the Rush Hour guy or the smoky guy from Friday or anything. He plays like a really subdued role in this. It's really he's not in it a whole lot, but the parts that he is in, you're like, holy shit, that's Chris Tucker, and he's not he's not being crazy. He's actually he's a pretty good actor when he's not trying to go over the top with it. I'm a big fan of Tucker, man. Anything he does, from Money Talks to Friday to the Rush Hour movies, I just love Chris Tucker. And yeah, guys, I highly recommend this movie. It's really enjoyable. Alright guys, next up is Pawn on Blu-ray DVD combo pack here. This one's actually pretty badass. I just watched it a few hours ago. It's about these group of robbers going into this diner to rob it, to take their money and go. But they go in to rob it. But as soon as they go in there to get the money out the safe is time locked, and they have to wait half an hour before they can actually get into that safe and get what they want. So it's them pretty much staying in there, trying to, keep everything on the up and up and make it look like there's nothing really going on while other regular people are, coming into the restaurant, getting food or getting coffee and going in and out. And, everyone that's in there has to pretend like everything's just fine. They're not being held up. And it's just really, really highly entertaining. You get the guy in there, the guy that stars in The Shield. I forgot his name at the moment. You get Forrest Whitaker in there playing a police officer. You get Nikki Reed, and you get Ray Liotta in there. You guys all know Ray Liotta from like Copland and stuff. It was actually really kind of cool, and it shows how it all happened, like how everyone ended up in that diner at that time, like why the people that are robbing the diner are robbing it, and why are a couple of the people that are in the diner and how they ended up getting there, and how everything sort of comes full circle at the end a little bit. It was really, really, really entertaining. It's kind of has that vibe a little bit of like Dog Day Afternoon. You know how like they're going in to rob a bank in Dog Day Afternoon, and they're stuck there like going back and forth between the police that are outside. But then it goes into flashbacks to like what happened to like the one guy that's hiding out in the bathroom and how he ended up there. And earlier in that day, he just got let out of prison because he was like stealing cars, and he just got out of prison after he's been in there for a couple of months. And he's like, oh my God, what's going on now? He doesn't want to go back, and he's trying to figure out how he can stay in that bathroom and stay quiet without being noticed by the guys that are robbing the the place. It was just really, really entertaining, really good acting in this. The end of the movie is kind of sloppy. I'm not gonna lie, it's just kind of like, that's it, But it was really entertaining until like the last couple minutes of the film. It's about 88 minutes long. It was fun, and you get a short behind the scenes featurette on this Blu-ray here. I really recommend it, guys. It's really fun. That's Pawn on Blu-ray, and that is Django Unchained. Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained, starring Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, and Leonardo DiCaprio. I really fell in love with this movie. I did a review when I saw this one in the movie theater, and it's pretty much about a slave turned bounty hunter trying to find out what happened to his wife, because his wife got sold off to somebody else, and and it's his mission to find her. He wants to get her back, and it's just a journey between him and Christoph Waltz going to try to find his wife, and all these troubles they have to come across along the way. And I found Quentin Tarantino did a very good job with this movie. Like I said in my review video and other videos about this, I had a couple little gripes with it about it, some scenes just being a little bit drawn out. A little spoiler here, but there was a scene where all the KKK members, early KKK members, are riding their horses with their bags on their heads, and and they're sitting there cracking jokes, and Jonah Hill pops up in there for a second, and then that little scene, it was funny, but it kind of I don't know, it felt misplaced in the movie a little bit, it was a little bit too long, and that was pretty much my only gripe with it. And there was one or two other little things that always can be edited down just a little bit, but it's Quentin Tarantino, so you put up, you kind of put up with it, and that's just his style, that's what he likes to do. But you also get a behind-the-scenes featurette on here. You also get a behind-the-scenes, what's that one called again? Remembering the Spaghetti Western. And you get the costume design, and how the one guy remembering the guy that did the set design of the movie, he died right before the movie was completed. It was a nice little tribute to him on here. And the trailer for Quentin Tarantino's box set, the Tarantino 20th anniversary box set, trailers on here is pretty cool. Picture quality is outstanding on this Blu-ray. I found myself really in awe on how this one looks. But all in all, guys, this is an awesome movie. I know there's a lot of other editions of it out there, like a Best Buy exclusive, a Steelbook edition. But I just like the movie. I don't really need like a super special case or anything for that one. Next up right here, I picked up at Best Buy. I just had to, and it came with the Socko puppet, which I it's over there on the table. But that is For All Mankind, the Mick Foley documentary. This is put out by the WWE Home Video, and it's a 2 hour and 15-minute documentary about the life and career of Mick Foley, and it shows you from like the beginning where he started and how he was trying to get out of, he was trying to leave WWE, and then he kept coming back because he needed some sort of money, and he kept coming and leaving, and then how he became like New York's bestseller because he wrote a book about his life. And he also wrote a couple of children's books, which I didn't know. But I've met Mick Foley once before at this weird, like wrestling event out in LA somewhere. It was like a weird, like not a WWE event. It was like some sort of like weird, I don't know, like a local thing. It was really weird. It was like at a church kind of thing. It was really weird. I met him a long time ago with my dad before he was like, the man, before I really knew who he was, like Mankind or Dude Love and, Cactus Jack and all that. But I think back then he was Cactus Jack. But this is a very nice documentary. You guys won't be disappointed. I know a lot of times WWE puts out documentaries, and sometimes they're kind of like, what the hell was that? But this one was actually really good if you guys are a fan of Mick Foley. Next up right here from the BBC is One Life. It's another another nature documentary, and it follows just different animals' lives, like the monkeys, and follows a tiger, and just a whole bunch of different animals. Like they follow these ants that are like what's called leaf eaters, but they don't really eat leaves. They kind of just cut them up and then put them underground, and so they can grow algae, so they can have something to eat. And I found that to be really interesting, and the picture quality on this is just outstanding. I just love watching these nature documentaries and how just beautiful they look for the most part, and just learning about different animals and different little creatures. It's very, very nice. This one's narrated by Daniel Craig. You guys all know as the new James Bond. I need to really watch those James Bond ones, the ones that he did. I haven't watched any Daniel Craig James Bond one yet. Pierce Brosnan is the one that's my guy. This right here has director's commentary, behind the scenes, making of One Life interviews. If you guys are into the nature documentaries, it's very, very nice. Very, very nice music. Next up right here from the BBC also is The Blue Planet, Seas of Life. And this is from the producers and some of the creators of Planet Earth. This is what the people that made Planet Earth did before they made Planet Earth. Like they made this, they pitched this, and then they actually did Planet Earth right after this. And that was just a cool thing to find out by watching this a documentary or nature documentary. It was very fun. It's just you get to see different sea life and things that you haven't seen in other nature documentaries, like down deep into the ocean, like different kind of whales and different little different species that live in the water. And it was just very nice. It's like episodes. There's like a handful of different episodes. It's on 3 different discs. But I have a little gripe with this, just a little bit. Some of the picture is amazing, but then there's some clippets of stuff that they shot. It felt like they shot it a little bit longer ago before there was like HD cameras, and you can like see, oh, the HD. This was shot in HD. This wasn't shot in HD. This was shot in HD, kind of thing. Especially on big HD TVs. A lot of it was nice, really beautiful. But just some snippets that they would use when they cut to certain things, it was kind of like a little bit pixelated, on the big HD TV. But still worth watching if you guys are into nature documentaries. I fell in love with this one. And next up over here, from CBS Home Video is Star Trek: The Next Generation, The Best of Both Worlds. This is the 2-part episode, one of the most popular episodes of Star Trek ever made. And it's even ranked on the top 100 list of best episodes ever made on TV Guide. And this one's really cool. This is the one with the captain that gets taken captive, and the rest of the team on the Enterprise has to go back and try to save him. And it's just one of those really, really fun, and just even the special effects in this episode are a little bit better than some of the ones they made in the actual series. Because it was a 2-parter and they split it up. It was like to be continued kind of thing. I remember my mom talking about it a long time ago. She was like, "Oh my God!" It's sort of it's just one of those big cliffhanger ones, and it's one of the better known episodes of all time on Star Trek. And it's cool on here. You get audio commentary, you get a featurette on here, you get a gag reel. It's a really fun set. If you guys have ever seen this episode. I don't really want to get into it because I'll be here all day explaining what happens is about the Borgs and all that. It's really fun, man. It's the best of both worlds, Next Generation. It's also playing, I believe, at the AMC. You can like see it on the big screen at the AMC theater on the next couple weeks if you guys have an AMC near you. That's a pretty cool thing. And also here we get Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 3. You can't go wrong with getting these ones on Blu-ray. The transfers are just fantastic, just like it was on Season 1 and 2. Very cool. I like how they go back and fix up the the effects to make it look really, really cool. And of course, you get some cool special features on here. You get inside the writer's room, like a documentary behind the scenes of making this here. And you also get Star Trek: The Next Generation, an all-new documentary making the key Season 3 episodes, like the big arc episodes. And it was just really cool set, man. If you guys have the other Blu-ray sets, you must get this one too. You know, it's just one of those things you have to do if you're a nerd, man. Live long and I can't even do it. Live long and prosper. I can't even. Hold on. Let's see. Live long and prosper. Alright guys, next up from Millennium Entertainment, and that is Crush on Blu-ray. This movie is pretty much about a girl that's obsessed with this one athlete at school. She just really has this big crush on him, but yet she's like the awkward girl in school. No one really talks to her that much. She only has one friend, and her one friend really loves her, but she doesn't want anything to do with him. She really likes the big popular sports guy at school, and she really wants to go out with him. She just really loves him. And then all of a sudden, all this stuff starts happening to her, to the athlete guy at school, the guy that she likes, and her, his girlfriend. All this weird stuff starts happening, and it's just really crazy. And it goes, it gets kind of weird and over the top, but I really found myself really loving this one. Picture quality on it is very good. You get a making of Crush on here. If you guys are into psychological thrillers, this one kind of reminds me a little bit of the movie The Babysitter with Alicia Silverstone from back in the early 90s. This has that same sort of kind of vibe to it from what I remember. I'm trying to remember The Babysitter a little bit right now in my mind, but it kind of has that kind of vibe. That's when I was watching this, that's that movie I was thinking of a little bit. But that's Crush on Blu-ray. It was cool. It was alright. Next up over here from Waugh USA, it's Not Suitable for Children. This movie right here is about a guy. He's like a party guy. He always likes going and being like the life of the party, always throwing parties, having all these big bashes of people coming over. He's like playing music, and he's just partying and living life to the fullest, right? Not really caring, just messing around, doing what he likes to do. And then one day when he's at a party, he has this girl, and he's going upstairs, to doing the business. And the girl goes like, "There's a lump down there." Like, what is that? Is that a lump down there? And he finds out that he has testicular cancer. And then it's him, like, sort of changing, from being the party dude that lives life to the fullest to try to find out, like, oh my God, I want to have kids. What am I going to do? All I have is this much time left before they take away one of his testicles or whatever it is. But then it's him, like, totally changing and, trying to find someone that he can have a kid with. And that's pretty much the basis of the movie. And it was very nice, very well done. I wasn't really, expecting much from this one, and I really did find myself really enjoying it. It's a nice little sweet movie. Totally check this one out. I enjoyed this one. It was very nice. All right, next up right here is Deadball. This one's put out by Waugh USA, but it's made by the Sushi Typhoon guys, the same guys that made Mutant Girl Squad, the over-the-top like action thing, which I love, and pretty much anything by Sushi Typhoon I absolutely enjoy, because it's just really over-the-top, crazy. Like, they don't even care. They're just making movie to have fun, and you see that in this movie. It's pretty much about this one kid at the beginning of the movie. He's playing catch with his father, and his dad's like, "Come on, son, you can throw harder than that. Come on, you want to be a man, you can throw harder than that." He's like, "Okay, Dad." And then, like, he kind of winds up, kind of like Rookie of the Year, right? And then he shoots up into the air, and he's like, "All right," and he throws the ball and kills his dad. Like, the ball gets stuck in his dad's head and kills his dad. And then it flashes to, like, like 15 years into the future, and he's older now, and he's in jail, and he's he's like on death row with like a whole bunch of death row inmates, and they're being transported to this one weird prison place, and I guess this one prison place has a baseball team, and the people of the prison have this, want this guy to teach these guys at the prison how to play baseball, but yet he's sworn himself he was not going to touch one of those baseballs again because of what happened with his father. But then all this weird, wacky stuff happens, The warden of the prison here is like a Nazi, and like always doing that kind of, Heil Hitler kind of thing. It kind of, like, there's some effects in this movie that, totally come, like, when you watch it, it's like, oh shit, that's kind of like Trauma style. You know what I mean? Like, someone goes, deep cavity search, and then it goes into like a total fake, like, butt. It was like really over the top, really fun. It's subtitled, you're gonna have to read it, but I recommend you guys all check this out if you guys like really good, over the top, just fun action cheese, It was just really, really cool. I recommend the hell out of this one. Next up over here, from Twilight Time, and you can also get this one at screenarchives.com. They're limited to 3,000. And this one's called Pony Soldier. This one was made in 1952, and it's pretty much about these Indians that are going crazy. Like, I mean, Indians, like, whoop, 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 like, with feathers and everything, going crazy, like, just running all over the place, like causing havoc. And they see these two white men, riding their carriage, like doing their thing, whatever they're gonna do. And these Indians take them over, kill one of the people, and take the other two captive. But during that time, these people are getting taken captive. There's this one half white, half Indian guy and his family that witnessed that. And then it's pretty much that guy telling the Pony Soldiers what happened, and then him and this one guy trying to go find out what happened to these people that got taken captive. And that's pretty much the story, and it's really fun. It's like a Western kind of vibe to it with Indians, and I to be honest, I didn't know what to really expect from this movie, and I loved it. It's a different kind of vibe of movie that I usually watch, but it was really cool. It was shot in 4:3. It's an older movie, so it's not gonna fill your whole screen, but the picture quality was very nice. But it's only 82 minutes long. The time moved really fast. I found myself really enjoying this one. I really liked the character of the half white, half Indian guy. He's the guy that kept me interested in the whole movie. Just his whole character. But it was really cool. Pony Soldier. Alright guys, next up from New Video is Jedi Junkies, a new documentary about the super Star Wars fans. Some of them are like really big collectors and collecting Star Wars toys and having multiple, say like Han Solo toys. They have like multiple of the same thing, and just have like rooms and rooms of just of Star Wars toys. And they also talk about some of the fans that made Star Wars fan films. But there's also people in here that have like Jedi school, where like you have to go to this place to learn how to fight with lightsabers, and they teach you how to swing it around and fight each other with lightsabers, and it's really cool. You get also interviews in here with the guy that played Darth Maul, and the guy that played Chewbacca in here. They have them talking about different nerd things, and it was just really, really just mediocre documentary. It's not the best documentary on Star Wars. It's cool if you're a fan of Star Wars, you'll like it. I like Star Wars. I love Star Wars actually. But it's just, when you watch it, it seems like it could have been better. Like they could have like shot something more or tightened it up a little bit. There was a lot of really cool elements in here, like seeing the collectors' rooms just full of stuff. Like like my room's full of movies. Like their stuff is just Star Wars toys and figures all over the place. Like that kind of stuff I like, because it kind of reminds me of like YouTube videos, like that we all do on here, that we like in this community. And that part of it was really cool. And then they talk, like I said, they talk about the people that make the fan films and really love Star Wars, and how they really spend all this money to make this like 5, 10, 15 minute movie. And sometimes they go nowhere, sometimes they just put them on YouTube, and it was alright. Olivia Munn's always nice to look at on screen. But that's Jedi Junkies. It's okay. It's worth a rental. Oh my god, okay. I might be talking for the next couple minutes about these two, because this is like a real like subject I want to get into. These next two are documentaries, And this first one right here is called The Last Shop Standing, the deluxe edition. And this one's pretty much, it's about record stores in the UK and actually all over the place. It takes place in the UK for the most part, and how they're struggling since the music industry, if there really isn't a big music industry anymore, and how everything's all download and people really don't buy CDs anymore, and really there's only like a real niche audience for people that buy vinyl, and they pretty much wait every year for Record Day. And I believe Record Day is coming up real soon, or by the time you see this video it already passed. But you know, Record Day, where people can go and actually, you know, buy certain rare records that you could only get at little tiny, you know, family-owned kind of record shops. And it just shows the rise and fall of these little independent stores, and it's sort of like CD Trader in a way. And it kind of like, you know, gets in that touchy subject of wanting to support real independence and not having to go to like Best Buy and Fry's all the time. Like, I always feel a little bit better. Maybe I'm spending sometimes a little bit, $3 or $4 more at like those family stores, but it's one of those things like I just want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it helps the independents to stay open, you know, because I don't want to see those little places close. I'd rather have like a CD Trader than a Best Buy any day. But it pretty much is that, like, you know, following around those little stores, and how some of them have been around since like 1905 or 1909 or whatever it is, and then some of them that go out of business after 100 years. And it's just really kind of sad, and how some of them are still there and they're struggling. And it's just a very nice documentary, especially if you guys are into that kind of topic about little independent record shops. So you can buy movies, CDs, records there, trade in old VHS tapes or whatever. And I just found this to be really highly enjoyable. If you see this out there, I highly recommend you guys go, you know, buy this one right now. And this next one right here is Brick and Mortar and Love. This is a documentary about a record store called Ear Ecstasy. I believe it was in Kentucky, and it just follows like it follows this one store and how it has to move from place to place to try to save money. Like, it's a really big popular store that puts on live venues, that has like local artists come in, or sometimes famous artists like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, or, you know, like some big group come in and perform in the store for like an exclusive thing. And how the place is like struggling, making money, and how they, you know, have to move to a smaller location to try to save money and stay open longer. And then you have to watch and see what happens. It's really kind of sad, and kind of like made me depressed, because I really love, you know, my independent record stores. And this was just it's not like the best made documentary ever, but just the topic and what they're talking about, it really means something to me, because I would like the physical format to stay alive as long as possible. You know, I know everything's going towards download and, you know, video on demand, but when you that's a video for a different day. But it's just really kind of like, I don't know. I know there's people out there that like video on demand or streaming and all that, and I can see the point of people liking that, and I can also see why people like, you know, having the physical thing in their hands like I do. But it's just one of those things, like, I don't know how it's going to work out in the long run. But this documentary was very nice. Kind of sad but really, I don't know, really touching to me, like a really touchy subject. That's Brick and Mortar and Love. I really recommend you guys check out this one, and the Last Shop Standing. Very, very, you know, just nice documentaries. I really did enjoy those. They're both only about like an hour long. But guys, that's all I really have to show you guys today. I know I'm gonna talk more about you know, downloads and video on demand and stuff like that in the video in the near future, because that's when I watched that, it really got me into this one mood. I just really wanted to talk about what I think about all this that's going on in the, you know, media world today. But please guys, thumbs up this video if you guys like my videos, share it around with your friends, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye guys.